Good morning, my wild and beautiful friends. I'm so glad you're here. In case you needed just one more reason to love jalapenos and garlic, I've got the recipe for you. This works perfectly for extra garden jalapenos. Today we're going to be talking jalapeno candy. It's so easy to make, so delicious. Keep on watching to see how we do it. Okay, for this recipe, you need 20 jalapenos. I'm just gonna slice them on up. I'm leaving the seeds in. If you want them to be a little less spicy, you can of course de-seed your jalapenos first. There's definitely a variety of recipes on how to make cowboy candy. The pretty much gist of it is some sort of simple syrup, jalapenos, and some spices. I'll link below my inspiration recipe and a couple others so you can get an idea of what you want to make, and plus whatever's in your pantry would be the easiest version to use. That's kind of what I'm doing here. So once I've got all these little guys cut up, I'm going to put them aside and start working on our syrup. In a pot on medium-high heat, I'm going to add apple cider vinegar. I'm also going to pour in some agave. I really wanted to use agave. A lot of recipes call for just straight up sugar or honey. So I had to do a little bit of calculating to make sure that we had enough sugar to liquid ratio. So I will of course link below, and it's up here on the screen as well. I'm going to add a tablespoon of red pepper flakes and a teaspoon of turmeric as well. I'm going to bring that to a boil. Once it's boiling, we're just going to drop our jalapenos in one-handedly and awkwardly, but here they are. And instead of adding garlic powder like most recipes call for, we're going to add in the real deal. I've got about 20 cloves of garlic here and a very serious slotted spoon. This is one of those spider scoops, I guess you would use to do tempura and such. I couldn't find my slotted spoon, but this is going to work. I'm pushing everything down. I'm going to let it boil for about 5 to 7 minutes, just until those jalapenos lose that really bright green and turn a little bit more on the subdued side. You can see some of them are already turning here. This is a very interesting angle, but at least you can see the colors. I wish you could smell my kitchen. It smells so spicy and garlicky and sweet. Here we are after it took 7 minutes to get to this spot on my stove. I'm just taking them off the heat so I can take out the jalapenos from the pot while I leave the juice in, if that makes sense. You'll see in just a second. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take my giant slotted spoon, which I'm realizing by the moment how difficult I'm making this for myself. And I'm just going to drain them and pop them into a large jar. You can of course do this in smaller jars. If you really love the recipe, you can even can these really easily, but I'm just going to make a big jar for the fridge. Once our jar is full, I'm going to put it aside and take our juice and put it back on the stove. We're going to boil this out for 7 more minutes just to let it reduce a little bit, and then I'm going to turn the heat off and let it sit for 7 more minutes so it's not too piping hot. Here's it boiling. Here's our jalapenos, and we're going to pour our candy juice over the jalapenos. Not without making an incredible sticky mess on the countertop, true to Andrea form. So I'm just going to make sure these jalapenos are down underneath the liquid. It would be more liquidy had I not dropped that much of the liquid, but it's okay. This will work for sure. Then I'm just going to close this lid on up and pop it in the fridge. First, I'm going to wipe off this little sticky part, and these little babies will be ready to go as soon as they cool down. Here we are, cooled off. Delicious. This will last us a little while. They're super good on their own. I've also got some recipe ideas. They're quite spicy. If you're not into the spice, of course, de-seed your jalapenos, and you can definitely omit the roasted red pepper flakes, and that'll take some of the heat out of there. But these are so yummy just to snack on. Got a few recipe ideas. Anything that you would use pepper jelly for, you can totally substitute cowboy candy. I'm thinking some really good holiday recipes with like vegan cream cheese and lovely crackers on a charcuterie. Ooh, yes. I hope you guys love these spicy little gems as much as I do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're all staying safe and healthy, and I can't wait to talk to you soon. Cheers.